Number 13 is in pre-production, and they're they're looking for a couple $1 million to get things rolling. But that's where it is right now, and but it's definitely it's definitely out there, and it's just a very slowly moving train. As are a lot of projects now, man. Especially, I mean, and it's not like it ain't a horror movie, It ain't a, it's not a like a, I'm a pothead out of my mind comedy. It's like Shakespeare in Love, but with a young Hitchcock. So I think it's a tough sell. Although it's I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to jinx anything. I'm very superstitious, but I feel like it's you're gonna start hearing some more stuff about that soon. Martine's Moms was a hell of a lot of fun, man. Simon Wells directed. Uh, you know, H.G. Wells DNA going on there, and then Seth Green. I mean, he's like a buddy now. Got to know him, and that was a lot of fun. And Joan Cusack, who I love, like is like I have such a warm place in my heart for her characters that she's had throughout the years in some of my favorite movies. I just love her energy. And then I got to work with her, and that was just a joy. And I think it's going to be a cool movie. I think it's like Star Wars uh, uh, meets Die Hard meets like Goonies. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Americans is a movie I did with Topher Grace, and that is coming out early next year, like January, February, and that has been a long time in the making. But it's a hysterical movie. It's like a wild, kind of a lost John Hughes thing, which is kind of great because it's so sad that he passed recently, but it's in the heart of the heart of the movie is that right in that genre, and takes place in the 80s, and it's about this one crazy night where these two parties happen back to back, and coming of age again, about a bunch of friends who are right out of college, faced with adulthood essentially, and they're all freaking out and trying to find themselves. It's good. It's got a lot of classic concepts in there. Brother Sam is happening. It's just kind of slow, and it's going to be at HBO, an HBO movie, and it's just a lot of these things just take a long time to happen, and but that's in the works definitely. And there's on YouTube or something. There's a screen test, like a glorified screen test that we did, directed by Michael Doust, who did It's All Gone Pete Tong. It's a good movie. You should see that movie. And so and we actually did it at Dangerfields, which was kind of great. Like I thought I was gonna be in like just a room doing Kinnison, but instead they dressed me up like him, and
so they really got it all like
yeah,
audience and everything.
And so we did that, and I basically had a week to prepare. So I sat with all the tapes and everything, and I watched him, and I'd like destroyed my voice trying to get the character, and I had been told in the past that I looked like him. As I got wider, as I got out of college, as I got to be a larger framed person, and I was just like, man, I love Kinnison, but you think I look like Kinnison? And then I got that enough times, where I was just like, well, shit, man, yeah, all right, that would be awesome to do his biopic. He's a great character, classic sex, drugs, rock and roll, uh, story, rise to fame. But there's like it's a different kind of ending for him. He didn't die how you suspect he would have died. He died in a much more sadder way. And you'll know what that is on HBO soon, once we shoot it. Spanky Johnson Monster Hunter is now sort of wrapped up in a red tape, but it's a great story, and it is it's a movie that is basically Raiders of the Lost Ark meets Ghostbusters. So you have this Spanky Johnson Monster Hunter, who is this guy who doesn't want to be doesn't want to follow in his father's footsteps of monster hunting, shuns it, thinks his father's a maniac, until his father disappears, and through trying to search for the father, in trying to find his dad, he sort of becomes his dad, and he becomes this monster hunting adventurer, and finds his true calling. It's that classic story. But it's if I had my druthers, it would be there would be a lot of a huge homage to Young Frankenstein and that kind of comedy, and but also scary. You know me. I like hysterical cycles, so make it real funny and scary. And it would be it's obviously a larger budget movie, and it's a big it's a special effects movie. A lot of werewolves, and end of the world apocalypse kind of stuff going on. Horrible title. It used to be called the Marconi Brothers, but a lot of people were just like, I don't know if I want to see a movie about two brothers who were related to the man who invented the radio. So they were just like, okay. It's about two guys. It's about two guys who are like blue collar guys who get into the wedding business. How do we make it? How does the title reflect that? So they came up with Wedding Brothers, which isn't the best title, but it's a kind of a hysterical movie, and it comes out on DVD, and it's like the first film I did out of first film I did like before the Tony Awards, right? So, and it was a lot of fun. And I did it with Mike Canzanero, and Marco Ricci, who I was doing small independent short films with them. So that was my first real feature is Marconi Brothers, and so check it out. It's a lot of fun, man. It's I get to be a maniac in it. I get to be a real. He's a guy. Where are you from? You're from Staten Island?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, these guys are from Long Island actually, and it's close to my heart. They're blue collar. A lot of my relatives grew up. My cousins were out in Long Island, so it's it's a little movie. It's a little independent movie, but it's like a coming of age thing. It's a coming of age thing, and Brendan Sexton the third is in it, and he was in the movie. The hell is that? The movie where now he's been in a bunch of movies. Brendan Sexton the third, and he's very good. He plays my brother in it, and John Polito's in it, and he obviously he's been in Miller's Crossing. He was in The Big Lebowski. He's plays the guy. It's just hey, no, whoa, hey, I'm a detective. I'm a Seamus. I'm a brother Seamus. That guy, love that guy, and he was great to work with. And Welcome to the Dollhouse. That's the movie he was in, with the girl who did the Pepsi commercials. Remember that girl? How old
With
are you?
the
You're
little
like-
girl or?
Little girl.
With the curly hair?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember her.
yeah. Is she in that? I'm an asshole. It's all a blur. Don't do drugs in college, kid. So, because later in life, you can't access your brain. Hobbly bobbly boobity slibbly. Jesus Christ.